Hello guys, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In this particular video, we're going to discuss about Evergrande and what is the issue of the Evergrande, because on the one side, Sensex on Friday touched 60,000 level and many of the people celebrated this thing, and it was really a thing of celebration, especially for the old investors. They saw the market like from 10,000 people, many saw it from the Sensex was at 1400, and these investors seeing the Sensex touch 60,000, they might be really happy. But on the other hand, there is a sense of worry, there is a sense of negativity into the market and scare into the stock market, not just in India, all across the world. And the issue is of the Chinese company Evergrande. Evergrande is the second largest real estate company in China, and this particular company can turn to a disaster for not just for China but stock market all across the world, from US stock market to European stock market to Hong Kong stock market to Japan stock market, Asian stock markets, at the same time Indian stock market. Indian stock market is at all-time high, but I'm little bit scared that this particular company can bring some issues into the market. So let's discuss about this particular company and let's understand what is the issue and what are things going to happen, what things might happen in the future. Let's discuss everything in this particular video. So hey guys, I'm Ayush and let's get started. So first of all, for understanding this particular company, we have to understand some of the economic aspects of China, which will give us much better picture. So if you just look at the real estate, the 29% of the GDP contribution for China come from the real estate sector. That's a huge amount, right? At the same time, 90% of the people in China think that real estate is a good investment, and many people invest into the real estate. In 2000, China brought one policy according to which the banks were allowed to give easy loans to the businesses. So Evergrande started taking lots of easy loans. So basically आसानी से लोन मिलने लगे उनको financial institutes से और बैंक से. So this was one of the things that they started borrowing lots of money from the banks, because real estate is kind of a capital intensive, so उनको पैसे चाहिए थे, उन्होंने ले लिए. Okay, so now this particular company is into the real estate and they make houses for the middle class people and all these kind of people. Okay, so they ask the people that give us the money today and we will basically build the house for you in the next 4, 5 years or 6 years. Now Evergrande was a big name, as I said already. It was a big name into the China and people trusted it. Like they said, okay, it's Evergrande, such a big name, such a big company. हम पैसे दे देंगे. Chinese economy is also doing well. Real estate is also doing well. हमारा घर बन जाएगा 4-5 साल में. They started giving the money to the Evergrande company. Now things were going great, but and the third thing this particular company did was they issued a bond. Okay, so bond क्या होता है basically? Bond is like this company said, take us our bond paper and we'll give you the fixed amount of interest on this particular bond paper. That is what the basic thing about bonds. So this particular company started issuing the bond. Now again, investors started investing into the bonds because it's a kind of a depth instrument, right? And people believe that okay, company इतनी बड़ी है, company is doing well, let's invest into this particular company. So they started issuing the bonds as well. Okay, so first of all, they took the loans from the banks and financial institute through the easy loans, and they took the money from the people by promising them that they will build the real estate, basically give them the flats to them. People people got interested into that scheme and people started giving them the money. And the third thing they did was they took the money or borrowed the money through the bonds. 3 जगहों से उन्होंने पैसे ले लिए. ओके, नाउ दिस कंपनी सेड यार इतने ज़्यादा पैसे आ गए, क्या करें इस पर्टिकुलर इतने ज़्यादा पैसों का क्या ही करें. तो दे स्टार्टेड ओके, नाउ द यूजुअल कंपनी वुड हैव फोकस्ड ऑन द रियल एस्टेट, बट उनके पास बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा था, तो दे स्टार्टेड इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू डिफरेंट बिजनेसेस. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, दिस कंपनी बिल्ड वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट थीम पार्क in China. So it is really big theme park in China which belongs to the Evergrande. So I will just put the name because I just do not remember the name, but they built one of the theme park. Then the second thing which they did is they came into the water bottle and soft drink business. So they established that particular business as well. This particular company also brought one of the franchisee or a club of football. Okay, which that club has done really well in China, and it's one of the successful club in the football in China as well. So उन्होंने ये particular चीज़ भी की. So they were doing really great. They had invested a lot in different businesses, and their businesses was giving good returns, doing well, and everything like that was happening. In 2009, on one day, and this particular stock has gone almost 32% up. And 2009 was not that great year for stock market, but in 2009, that particular stock gone by 32% up. So everything was going really great for this company. But then first of all they had promised the people that they will give them the home. Okay, basically पैसे उनसे इस चीज़ के लिए लिए थे ना कि हम लोग आपको घर बिल्ड करके दे देंगे. now लोगों ने 5 साल का उन्होंने 8 साल कर दिया. they said that we will give the home after 5 years, or then they said that we will give the home after 8 years, then we will give the after 10 years. people was like okay, it's Evergrande, वो हमें धोखा नहीं देंगे, इतनी बड़ी कंपनी है, सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट है. people trusted this particular company and they said okay 8 years, तो 8 years हमारा घर हमें बना के दे देना. but now people got bit panic. people said हमारा घर बन ही नहीं रहा. so first of all this thing started happening. people started demanding कि where is our house, we are not getting our house. okay, you said 5 years, you said 8 years, and over the years this particular company was taking the money from the people. This company was not stopping in terms of borrowing the money. This particular company borrowed the money from over 300 financial institutes and the banks through easy loans. okay, they were issuing their bonds and from the bonds also they were borrowing the money. and the amount मालूम है कितनी आ गई? this particular amount has reached today as of now is $300 billion, and many of the investors and many of the big people also claim that this amount is not 300 billion, this might be 400, 500, 600 billion as well, because in China economy there is nothing kind of transparent. जो चाइना बोल रहा है it might be true, it might not be true. China sometimes try to save their reputation, क्योंकि चाइना के बैंक से पैसे गए तो China might be trying to save their reputation as well. That's what not I am saying, many of the big investors have said. Now this problem क्या हुआ? प्रॉब्लम ये सब चीज़ें तो मैंने बोल दी कि 300 बिलियन का लोन है, everything like that, but what is the main issue? what is the issue? So what issue happened? So in China, Xi Jinping, who is the president of China, in 2020 he started seeing the businesses in China and he started regulating kind of businesses through bringing different laws. Over 100 plus laws were passed in 2020 in China, in which he also brought one law to regulate this kind of company, to stop this kind of company from taking easy loans, because he saw that like companies like Evergrande and there are many of the companies, Evergrande is not one company, many of the companies like Evergrande was taking lots of easy loan. So he thought like lots of money is going from a central bank, so he just stopped this particular thing so that the major issue should not happen in the financial system of China. So when he thought कि यार अभी बंद कर देना चाहिए, अभी Evergrande ने काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोन ले लिए, तब उन्होंने सोचा कि अभी बंद कर देते. This particular company Evergrande is not able to take much loans. So इनका जो cash flow है वो बंद हो गया. I guess their businesses in 2020 also would have gone in much of a losses of Evergrande, because if you just look at in India, Excel and Imagica, these are two theme parks have their stock, even Imagica stock has gone way much down. There is also stock of Imagica, right? And this particular stock has also gone way much down. Now theme park has also gone down in the country, where there used to be lots of crowd coming every day. Today there is almost no crowd came into a lockdown, and even crowd coming today might be very much less. So this particular thing has happened. Now India में हुआ है तो China में भी हुआ होगा. So in China the theme park business would have been gone into kind of very much losses, because it's a capital intensive industry of theme park and everything like that. The second business, I don't know about the water bottle industry or water bottle business, but there is a football club, and this might be is a kind of, you require to put lots of capital into the football sector, into this particular business as well. They are also into electric businesses, so their cash flow might have gone down, their profits might have kind of diluted. So all this, because of all these things, this particular company is into deep trouble now, because the cash flow is not coming much. They are not able to pay the interest of the bonds, they are not able to pay the loans. At the same time, loans are made difficult by thanks to Xi Jinping policies now, which was brought in 2020. Fourth thing, they have taken the money from the people, but they are not building that much amount of real estate, because they did not invest much into the real estate companies, in the real estate business. So all these things are happening, as a result of which this particular company is into deep trouble now, and this particular company is not able to pay the money, and this company is saying that हम पैसे नहीं भर पा रहे, you take the flat, we'll give you the flat at 50% discount rate, so you take the flat from us because we are not able to pay you the money, so you take the flat from us. आप हमसे घर ले लो, आप हमसे real estate के form में पैसे ले लो. Now they are giving the flats or real estate at a 50% discount rate. Now company की तो value down चली गई ना, they are basically giving their thing, their main business at a discount rates. So company की value डाउन चली गई, तो their bond has also got derated. Basically bond क्या होता है? It's a kind of a भरोसा है कि मैं अगर बॉन्ड को इशू कर रहा हूँ, मतलब मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी पे, मैं इस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी के बॉन्ड खरीदा तो मुझे भरोसा है कि कंपनी मुझे फिक्स इंटरेस्ट रेट देती रहेगी. अभी मार्केट में उस बॉन्ड की वैल्यू भी नीचे चली गई, क्योंकि भरोसा ही नहीं है, तो बॉन्ड की वैल्यू भी नीचे चली गई. द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट इन्वेस्टर, Chinese real estate, has pulled out from this company. That particular investor has sold $32 million rupees worth share. Okay, so $32 million worth shares has been sold from the Chinese real estate. All these things has happened with the Evergrande, and that's why Evergrande is into deep trouble now. यहाँ पे चाइना क्या करेगी? तो Chinese government can save this particular company by bailing out this company. Basically, that they can invest into this company, they can put the money and to save this particular company. Invest क्या बोल रहा हूँ? This particular they can put the money into this particular company and can save this particular company. But China is saying we are not going to do that. Okay, and many of the big investors are saying that China ये चीज़ नहीं करने वाली. Even the Global Time, which is kind of a newspaper, जो newspaper बोलता है, basically Chinese government बोल रही है indirectly. तो directly Chinese government ही बोल रही है. So that particular newspaper also said that China is not going to save this particular company. Okay, Evergrande. अब चाइना नहीं सेव करती, चाइना पैसे नहीं देती इस कंपनी को, एंड देन ये कंपनी शायद डिफ़ॉल्ट हो सकती है, कंपनी बैंकरप्सी में जा सकती है. ये कंपनी बैंकरप्सी में चली गई, बहुत नुकसान हो सकता है. स्पेशली अगर आप चाइना की सिर्फ बात करो, ये पर्टिकुलर कंपनी इज इन्वॉल्व इन 2% ऑफ द ऑल द प्रोजेक्ट्स हैपनिंग इन चाइना, ऑफ रियल एस्टेट प्रोजेक्ट्स हैपनिंग इन चाइना. Okay, for this particular company, over 2 lakh plus people work, so all these 2 lakh people might go into the unemployment as well. At the same time, this particular company also produced indirectly 2.8 million jobs in China, so सब job भी नीचे जा सकते. And many of the raw material company like steel companies and all these companies are kind of cement companies are kind of dependent on this particular company. अगर ये company default में चली जाती है, bankruptcy में चली जाती है, their projects will be stopped, as a result of which ये particular लोगों का भी नुकसान होगा. China is one of the big consumer of the steel and iron and everything like that. So and this is the second largest company in China. This particular company is currently involved in 2,800 projects across 310 cities. All these projects might also lose some or the other way अगर ये particular company bankruptcy में चली जाती है तो. And all these things can bring a lots of issues in the whole stock market, not just in China, all over the world, because many of the USA FIIs or many of the USA investors might have invested into the Evergrande, many of the Japanese investors might have invested into the Evergrande, so these people might also lose the money. As I already said that this particular company has taken loan from 300 financial institutes, so this particular company, so all those investors who are invested into this particular company, all those investors who would have invested into the financial institutes or bank, they might also lose their money. So lots of selling off will also take place, selling pressure बहुत बढ़ जाएगा, और many of the investors will start basically pulling out the money from the stock market. This particular thing will impact the stock market all across the world. Same time, this particular company, basically China is one of the big consumer of steel and everything like that. So all those people who are in all those companies which are into the steel and cement industry across the world, which kind of import their material in China, export their material in China for which kind of export the material to China, all those companies might also kind of be in trouble. और हमने इसका kind of impact देखा जब Evergrande की न्यूज़ आई, सब मेटल, आयरन और स्टील इंडस्ट्री के स्टॉक्स नीचे जा रहे थे. ऐसे बहुत सारे और भी जो स्टील की कंपनीज है, आयरन की कंपनीज है, विच काइंड ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट स्टील एंड सीमेंट टू द चाइना, वो कंपनी नीचे जा सकती है. एट द सेम टाइम इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में स्टील की, आयरन की प्राइस, सीमेंट की प्राइस नीचे जा सकती है, जो इन कंपनीज को इनडायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट करेगी, इन कंपनीज के बिजनेस को इनडायरेक्टली इम्पैक्ट करेगी. बहुत से फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूट्स जो चाइना में उनका बिजनेस नीचे जा सकता है. सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स कैन हैपन, और बहुत ज़्यादा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ सकती है अक्रॉस द चाइना. If Chinese government do not come and bail out this particular company, do not save this particular company. So this is all the fears which is going to happen. Okay, if Chinese government do not save this Evergrande company, so if Chinese government save Evergrande, it's totally fine. But for now, it do not seems that way. So now this Evergrande will try to also contact some of the private investors, some of the private companies as well to save them. But it might not happen that way, because 300 बिलियन बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी अमाउंट है. सो एट लास्ट इस कंपनी एक ही ऑप्शन बचता है इनके पास. ये कंपनी बोल देगी हमारे पास अभी कुछ नहीं बचा, हमारा स्टॉक 90% नीचे जा चुका है, हमारे पास पैसे नहीं कि हम बॉन्ड दे सके, हम रियल इस्टेट के प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए हमारे पास पैसे नहीं है. वी काइंड ऑफ डिक्लेयर एज ए डिफॉल्ट एंड विल बी डिक्लेयर एज बैंकरप्ट. एंड ये बहुत ज़्यादा इशू हो सकता है, क्योंकि आज स्टॉक मार्केट 60,000 पे, एंड इंडिया के वी नो दैट इन इंडियन स्टॉक मार्केट में इतनी लेवल पे आज क्यों है, बिकॉज ऑफ द रिटेल इन्वेस्टर. बहुत सारे रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स ने आज स्टॉक मार्केट में पैसे डाल के रखे, इंक्लूडिंग मी. 2020 के बाद बहुत लोगों ने चालू किया, क्योंकि लोग घर पे बैठे थे, बहुत सारे पैसे कुछ लोगों के पास आ रहे थे. लोगों ने सोचा कहाँ पे पैसे डाले, और इवन अलग अलग जगह से अच्छे खासे रिटर्न नहीं मिल रहे थे. पीपल स्टार्टेड इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू द स्टॉक मार्केट. मेनी ऑफ द न्यू पीपल हैज केम. और मार्च के बाद तो यार बुल रन ही चल रहा है, बेयर रन तो आया ही नहीं, स्टॉक मार्केट नीचे गया ही नहीं है. बट अगर इस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी की वजह से आज एक तो मार्केट ऑल टाइम हाई पे बहुत ज़्यादा ओवर वैल्यूड तो है, थोड़ा फार ओवर वैल्यूड तो है, लोग कुछ भी बोले यार, बट 60,000 50,000 से 60,000 जितनी फास्ट पहुंचा है ना पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक मार्केट, काफ़ी ज़्यादा ऊपर पहुंच गया है। एंड आई पर्सनली थिंक थोड़ा सा करेक्शन आ सकता है स्टॉक मार्केट में, पर एवरग्रैंड काइंड ऑफ कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम कर सकता है एवरग्रैंड का इशू, और कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम करके थोड़ा और ज़्यादा करेक्शन आ सकता है। और अगर ज़्यादा करेक्शन आ गया ना तो यार एक रेजिस्टेंस होता है बेसिकली। अगर हम रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स की बात करें तो यार वो एक्चुअली कुछ लोगों ने तो बिना सोचे समझे ऐसे ही पैसे डाल दे रहे कोई भी स्टॉक में, और बुल रन चल रहा है तो उनको फायदा मिल रहा है। बट जिस दिन स्टॉक मार्केट में अच्छा खासा करेक्शन आना चालू हो गया, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स काइंड ऑफ इमोशंस काइंड ऑफ बहुत ज़्यादा काम करते, उन्हें लगेगा कि यार वी आर लूजिंग अवर मनी एंड दे विल स्टार्ट सेलिंग, एंड इफ द सेलिंग प्रेशर कम्स फ्रॉम द रियल रिटेल इन्वेस्टर एज वेल, देन इट विल बी रियली बैड फॉर द कंट्री स्टॉक मार्केट, जहाँ पे बहुत ठीक ठाक करेक्शन हो सकता है, 10 से 15% ही हो सकता है। यार आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ये हो जाएगा, कल ही होगा या मंडे को ही हो जाएगा, बट इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ अ पॉसिबिलिटी। और इसके ऊपर जो भी आर्टिकल्स मैंने पढ़े, सब आर्टिकल्स की लिंक मैंने नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दिए। पर्टिकुलर वीडियो कंप्लीटली एजुकेशनल थी, यहाँ पे मैं आपको बिल्कुल प्रमोट नहीं कर रहा कि आप अपने जस्ट स्टार्ट सेलिंग एंड डू एनीथिंग लाइक दैट। इट वॉज जस्ट कंप्लीटली एजुकेशनल। आई वांटेड टू डिस्कस द एवरग्रैंड इशू। दिस वॉज ऑल फ्रॉम माई साइड। इफ यू लाइक द वीडियो, लाइक इट, सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल एंड शेयर विद योर फ्रेंड्स। थैंक यू।